Okay, so update on the bus and everything. I took the bus over to a different welder than I had before. And they told me they could get my doors welded together. I'm trying to get them a little bit stronger and put a handle and a deadbolt in so they're safer. But everything has just kind of gone awry since then. They told me that all the parts would be there on Wednesday and they'd be able to start working on it either Wednesday or Thursday. So I figured drop the bus off on Wednesday night and then it's there bright and early for them to start working on Thursday. Well, I did that, and when I showed up on Wednesday, they seemed like they had no idea I was coming. Apparently the materials did not arrive in time, and they only sent me an email about it right as I was leaving my house to drop off the bus. So that was really frustrating. I've been trying to get this appointment since September. It's now the end of January. They just kept pushing me back, and finally once I got a date, they didn't even expect me to be there on that date, I guess. Beside that, yesterday was Tuesday. They got the parts in, but turns out they were the wrong parts. So it just seems like thing after thing is just like not working. So now they have to send those back, get new ones, do all the work on it. So maybe another week and a half till I have my bus.
Luckily, while the welder was finishing up Fern, my brother got leave from the military and got to come home, so I went down to see him.
One by one we'll all fall down, and he comes in for the kill. And we'll be singing, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, one more time. Hey, oh, hey,
So they look really good, and there's definitely a better water seal on them than there was before. They did break the glass again up here, but luckily it was already broken here when I got it, and I broke the one down there, so I was gonna have to replace those two anyway.
So now got a handle and a deadbolt on here. So they were supposed to take this cast iron handle out, which they didn't. So I'm gonna have to get on that, but I think I'm gonna need kind of an assist to open it and keep it open. So we'll see what I can find at Home Depot. But yeah, she looks great. I am definitely more satisfied with this setup than I was with my other one. So I can lock my doors at night. Good morning. Today is my first day back out in the bus. I've been down in Portland seeing my little brother for the last like 2 weeks. So now I'm back at it again. I gotta kind of organize my thoughts and figure out exactly what the next step is in here, but it actually looks so good. I'm really stoked about the way everything looks, and like I feel like I'm set up in a really good spot to get a lot of stuff done. One of the things that happened while I was gone, I took my bus to a welder like 2 days before I left, and he fixed my doors. I've been trying to get something a little bit more safe, but I think the best news of all today, it's got me really excited. I don't see any leaks besides the couple that I already knew about on my windows, but I know I need to take my windows out and fix them anyway. But I don't see any roof leaks, and I'm really, really stoked about it. I don't have a tarp over it right now. Everything's looking great. The welder definitely made a little bit of a mess out of the bus, but it's okay. At least it's just mud, it'll come out. So I'm gonna start today off with cleaning the bus and just kind of thinking of everything I need to do. And not only did I go down to Portland to see my brother, but I also ordered a bunch of things and had them sent there. So I have new turn signals. I got LED lights for the back. So I was having a little bit of an issue because I'm gonna have to cover at least part of where those sit. It's probably this line here might move up just a little bit. But I'm not gonna be able to access that because the step's gonna be there. So what I did instead was get LED lights to replace these three and then the three on the other side so that I won't have to access them as often because LED lights last a whole lot longer than these guys. So I'm probably gonna try and get those installed today or tomorrow. And then after that, I can build my step that goes in the back and then maybe possibly start on spray foam, because that's another thing I picked up while I was in Portland. So I might have cheated the system a little bit, but I really don't care. I'm in Washington right now and we have taxes on goods and such, but they don't in Portland. I knew I was going down there anyway, so I just had a bunch of things sent down there and I just picked them up and brought them back up here with me. I had those lights, my spray foam, which is huge, and then 3 of my batteries. Those were expensive. So the tax on the batteries was supposed to be like $300, and since I had it sent down to Oregon instead of up here, I didn't have to pay that, so that was nice. So I'm very excited to get everything moving again. So I got those tail lights installed yesterday, and then I had to cut my day a little short because I had to run an errand. So I think today I'm gonna start with trying to wire up those lights and getting them all working and everything, and then hopefully do the rest of my subfloor. Before I do that, I have to take out this this handle. So I think that's today's mission. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, so I haven't crimped them down, but here's my temporary, just to see if it works. So we're gonna see if this light turns on. So I'm gonna put the camera on the outside and turn on the bus. Okay, so that's cool. For some reason that was way easier than I thought it would be. So now what I'm gonna do is take everything I just put on there off, and I'm gonna take those little tube things. I guess I'll figure out what they're called tomorrow. I'm gonna take them to Home Depot and see if I can get some more. We'll see what they have. And then I will do all 6 lights. Okay, so I took the first one apart and then came back over here and tried to do the white one of the 3. It only had 2 wires coming out of it in the original one, just a red and a white. But the new one, and it also only had 2 little plug things on the back. It looks like the other one didn't break off, it just was never there. Huh, and now that I'm looking at it, it looks the same on the other side. But the new lights I got, the white one also has black wire. So, I don't know what to do about it. I don't really know what the black wire does. So I'm gonna have to figure that out and then come back to this. Probably get some wire tomorrow while I'm at Home Depot. I got the lights working, luckily, so I am gonna need to go to the store tomorrow and get some of those attachment pieces. For now, I'm moving on to taking out this giant handle on my door. Okay, so it's not that bad to open. I thought it was gonna be a lot heavier. It's not too bad. It doesn't really stay open though. So I am going to need one of those screen door shock things to keep it propped open. But it's not too bad. I thought it was going to be way heavier and way worse. So I'll go get that while I'm in town tomorrow. I can't believe there was only 2 bolts holding that whole thing on. That was it. Nice and easy to take off. And there's just a couple of bolts holding it to the floor, so I'm hoping it will be just as easy to take out. So I'm sure I've mentioned this at some point before, but I am not a fan of buying a tool that I'm only going to use for one project or like just one time. So sometimes you just use what you got that's gonna work for it, even if it's not the right tool. So that reflective stuff that I'm gonna put on the floor to keep moisture out, to smooth it down and like get all the glue to stick evenly, I'm just gonna take a little piece of board that I cut out earlier, a long time ago, actually, like probably 2 months ago. I just found it and I'm just gonna use this to kind of squish it along and make everything flat. And I think that's gonna work just fine. No need to go get a tool to do it. It's gonna work. Okay, so after struggling with that glue for like probably 45 minutes, I figured out how to use it. If you get this kind, this is not the kind I got the first time, but they didn't have any more of the foam board one that I was using. So I asked somebody, they said this one was good for foam board. Make sure you get one that's foam board specific. Even double check and ask, because apparently the liquid nails is no good for foam, even though it says it's cool on foam board. Learn that. So this is what it was doing before, and then that's much better. That's what I want it to be doing. It does definitely need to be warm though, like the tube itself. Now that I've worked with this one and it's almost gone, it's actually working, but before it was not doing well. So to save your hands, definitely keep it above like 55 degrees if you can. I think I'm sitting right at about maybe 42 degrees right now, so just be aware.
That you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Okay, so the weather is really affecting the way the glue is coming out of here. So I'm gonna try something that's probably slightly barbaric, and I don't care. I'm just gonna cut open the tube and see if I can spread it easier just with my fingers. I feel like it's gonna make it go a lot faster and be a lot less damage to my hands. I mean, glue's gonna come out either way, right? Once I cut it open, it should be easier. We'll see. I just got done spreading the glue all over the back of my phone, and then realized that my phone died and I didn't get any of it on video. But the important part to know is, even though it's very messy, it was highly effective. I probably put more glue on it than it needed, but it's also because it's going to be in a highly trafficked spot, so I kind of wanted a little bit of extra glue. Probably not ideal budget-wise, but I'm willing to take the hit because it actually worked and my hands hurt a whole lot less, and it was kind of fun spreading it with my fingers. So yeah, I guess now I'm just gonna lay it down. Okay, so I finally got the insulation on the floor all in. I did end up running out of my foil tape, so I had to switch over to duct tape, which I feel like is gonna be just fine. And it was only just for a little bit, so I think it'll still be fine. But if you have the option, definitely go with the foil tape. But it looks good so far. Yay! Now I just gotta put some boards on here and let it dry overnight, and then maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll come out here and glue the boards down once I get some more glue, because I'm on my last tube. Now that that's done, I'm going to run around the house and try and find heavy things, and put them on here to weigh it down for a couple of days. All right, so she's packed full of heavy things. Hopefully that's gonna hold the floor down nicely. I'm just gonna get the heater hooked up in here and start running because it's cold. I want the glue to dry. Leave it for a couple of days, and then we'll see how it goes. So I found just a little bit more rust. Yeah, there's always more rust. I found this one because one of my leaks in my ceiling isn't quite sealed all the way. So what I'm gonna do is get this rust off of here and then take this Gorilla Glue waterproof patching stuff, which worked really well on the rest of the ceiling. And I'm gonna put it up here on this area just right over this JB weld. It's literally just like a tiny pinprick hole right here. It wasn't even leaking that much, but I don't want any leakage in the inside of my roof at all. So I'm gonna take care of that. And then I'm kind of trying to plan on how my step that goes over my garage is going to be built. So I think I'm gonna go over that plan today and possibly go get some materials for it. I just want my home back.
Absolutely.
I gotta kind of organize everything in my brain first. But so that you know my
And actually get them working. Excuse me.
for smoothing all this, I don't even know what it's called because I'm starting to get blisters and they hurt.